Hello and welcome to my channel and to my latest reading, which is on Bonnie Blue. And this is a woman who makes her money with only FANS, or only fans, and she's basically there's lots of controversy around her, and because she's tends towards younger, like university guys and everything, and basically I thought it would be an interesting topic, so I'm going to ask questions about why she did, what are the unconscious motivations, what the universe has to say about it, and we're gonna see. It's just kind of curious, right? It's like it's I thought it would be an interesting reading nonetheless. Anyway, let's get started. The first question I'm going to ask, and I'm going to intuitively ask the sort of the spirit of her to come in here, and I'm going to ask, why does Bonnie Blue do what Bonnie Blue does? So let's see. Why I'm going to use my intuition and the cards as well. I got 3, sometimes 4, and mostly 5. Let us see. So 3, 4, sometimes 4, and mostly 5. Okay, why does she do it? And mostly 5. So what I'm getting is that she does it, and we're going to get into the sort of the layers, because there's different layers of motivations, like people's psyches can be, but she does it because, well, we've got it here with 3 of Pentacles. You've got a picture of somebody naked here and people watching her. So I think she does it a little bit because she's a bit of an exhibitionist, right? That's one reason. And then another reason that she does it, but I want to get into that because we can get into more deeper psychological reasons. It's very fascinating to get into these sort of psychological reasons. And then King of Wands, I get that she sort of does it because it gives her some sense of power. It gives her some sense of power, which she likes. But we're going to expand on that. But that's just the basic. And then also death. And what I get from that is she sees herself as bringing in change. Like, and whether or not this is true, she sees that what she does is sort of like a positive force. It's like a combination of, and it's almost like, and I'm just hearing her intuitively say, I'm doing what I want to do. And it's almost like her hands are crossed, and she's like, I'm going to do what. So there's a real stubborn streak to it. There's a real like stubbornness to it. Yeah. And then this shot out right here, 7 of Cups. It's like, it's something about, she wants to decide what she does. Something about so her decision-making factors were taken away in some way, or she felt, whether that's true or not. And so she really likes to be in charge, is what I'm getting. But let's get some more. Let's go further into this, because the psyche of somebody who would, be this way is interesting, right? It's an interesting psyche because it's not a normal thing that somebody would do. But let's see what else. Why does she do? I'm hearing this is a big one, and it goes with death. And she wants to. She almost wants to. It's almost like this mischievous energy I'm getting. She wants to kind of like she has this need to like sort of wake people's like their inner demons or their inner psyches, like, so because it's like sometimes people aren't always knowing why they're doing something, right? Because there's a soul reason, but then there's also, but let's see, why else is she doing this? Why else is she doing? Well, let us see. Bonnie Blue, success. Okay, so I've got this deck of cards. So that one reason is success, and that's like, I mean, it's kind of what I'm getting from that is like that's sort of the main big reason actually, but then there's all these, it's kind of like there's all these, I'm seeing these blocks that are building on that type thing. Like she want, because just it's just, and it's like kind of so there is that simple reason for like success for like money basically. But then there's also, so that's a very big reason because she gets money. But then there's also these cycle, like rarely is that the only reason. There's like generally with things like that, because we all, I mean, let's face it, we all want more money, and most people won't do something like act like the way that she is. So the success and wise, and then what I'm getting with wise, let's see, I'm gonna get some more cards. Wise, does she want to appear as wise? She wants to, yes, wise, and then confirmation, scholar. So I've got all these decks ready here, but okay, so that's why I like to use these different decks, because then you can get different information. So she wants to be wise, because I pulled wise, and I was like, what exactly does that mean? And then I pulled another one, scholar. She really wants to like, let's get some more information, because she wants to seem wise, and I know people may not think that she's very wise, right? But it's kind of like Four of Pentacles, like she wants to show how powerful. Let's see what else. The Eight of Pentacles. See how powerful like a woman can be. Like but it's like she has this distorted conception of what that would be. It's almost like I'm seeing in her psyche in this form of these all these blocks that are put together. And yeah, this is the main reason, but there's a lot of other reasons. I think about like maybe 8 different reasons of why, other than success. But if the psyche can be kind of broken into those different modules, the psyche can be quite very complicated. But success, let's see what else. Let's see if we can get some more sort of understand. I'm gonna clear the deck now, and then just get some more information, because it's very like she seems to be a very fascinating individual, right? I mean, to do something like that, it's quite, so she's doing it. She wants to somehow, because we got scholar, I know I got wise, and then I got scholar. So like sometimes I'll pull another card just to confirm. So she really likes to seem wise. Let's see, what is, okay, what else? Okay, I'm going to ask now, what does the universe, okay, I'm going to ask, what do her Bonnie Blues, let's just say she has spirit guides, what do they think of what she's doing? Because it's like a lot of people have said that she's like predatory, that she's, like, oh, look at what she's doing to all these, she's almost misogynistic towards women, all that kind of stuff. But what do the spirit guides think about it? Like, okay, what do her spirit guides think about what she's doing? Okay, the Magician, and death, and I'm hearing that she's, in a way, she's fulfilling her path in a way, but it's almost like she wants to have some sort of power, right, with the Magician and the Emperor. But let's get some more information. She wants to have the world. She wants to basically, okay, the completion. So the world is about completion. So she wants to help. Okay, what she's going, it sounds funny, because what I'm hearing is that sometimes when people, they do something like that, their soul, okay, they may have a certain purpose when they get to this realm. They may have a certain purpose, but when they try to translate that into action, it can be a bit of a disaster. So I'm hearing that her soul mission was to complete almost empower women. That, or to, let's see, what was it? But it's like, the thing is that when they have someone has their soul mission on the other side, when we get into this realm, it can get very, shall we say, distorted. So her soul, let's see, what was her main soul mission? Let's get that. What was her main soul mission? What was her main soul mission that she was intending to do before she got here? And okay, yeah, the Tower and Four of Cups. So the Tower of and the Four of Cups. So she wanted to bust down society's systems. That's what I got. Like, so that was her soul. Because like when somebody does something shocking like that, right? They're putting themselves in the limelight for for doing something that's shocking that society doesn't quite approve of. It's like they're trying to do something. Yeah, it is about success. Yeah, it is about money, but they're trying to do something that is they're trying to do something to society, to shake up society. That's what I get. But I hear that she's gotten about 30%. It's almost like something isn't quite computing. She's only getting about 30% of what she's trying to do. Like, she's got here and she just gets the idea, oh, I'm gonna do this, but it's not quite working the way that her original soul on the other side intending. Like, she was trying to shake up societal structures, but it's like it's not, society isn't quite getting it, because it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you, like, it kind of seems very degenerate, very, but it's not, it's not like there isn't really, I'm hearing there isn't really judgment on her, but it's just like her, like, this is what can happen. They kind of would rather she would go in a little bit of a different direction, like, because it's like it's kind of angering people what she's doing, which isn't always good. It's kind of this, what I'm hearing is, it's like it would be better if she did something more, like, what's the word, shocking and powerful without, it's almost like a rebel without a cause. Like, that's the energy that it's producing, and it was like what she's doing, and I hope I'm articulating this well, but it's kind of like a rebel without a cause, where it's just this senseless activity where she was like, it's kind of a waste, and that's the word that it comes to mind. It's like, oh, she's doing all this stuff, but she was really intending to do something a little bit different. Like, that's what I'm hearing. It's like she was intending to do something, her soul was intending to do something a little bit different. And now she's doing this. She's like, sleeping with all these guys and being kind of shocking. But okay, I'm seeing the word education. She was actually, and this is interesting because she's she was like, she's saying, oh, I'm educating, like, I think she said at one point she's trying to educate, like, the men. Okay, that's the word. I'm seeing that word come out now, education. She was trying to educate the men, and that was actually what she was trying to do. But it's like her original, like, she was trying, like, what her original intent, her soul intent was actually to help men, even help women have a different perspective. But it's like almost like it's not, it's all, what she's doing is just coming out all wrong, and it's not being productive, it's just being shocking. Where her original soul mission was to do something that was kind of like shaking and changing the system, but yeah, like, but balancing it out. And now it's like this screeching noise, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, meet up with me, all these men. But she was actually what she was going for was to change things and almost make people more free. Like, that's what she's trying, in a weird, that's what I'm hearing, is that her, like, she's trying to, like, make people more, free, but and wise comes up again, wise. Like she wanted to make people more free, or have people have a changing perspective and not conform. She wanted people to be wise, but the whole thing is that like she didn't want people to conform, right? Because if you look at society, there's all these like rules and controls and these. So she wanted to sort of like get rid of those structures and have people be more free, and she wanted to bring that energy of wisdom. But now it's like turning into this like these noise of like, oh, I'm doing this, and it's just it's really not having the desired effect is what I'm hearing, the positive intention that she was intending. It's like, yeah, home. And I'm hearing that she'll be kind of like, what I hear from home is that when she's on the other side, she might be like, I just kind of got that one a little bit off. And but there's no, at the same time, there's no real judgment for it. There's no judgment on the other side. There's no judgment when you get things wrong. There's no, but threat, and okay, I'm hearing the word threat, and that was like, now like everyone kind of sees her as a threat, and that's not really what she was intended to. Like they see her as, oh, she's making women look bad. She's predating on, younger people, and like she's, men that like, and doing that. But she was actually supposed to not be this, like, it's something that's gone completely wrong. Her soul mission, or not completely wrong. I'm hearing not completely. And it's just she was meant to bring in a different energy of change, but now it's just not going over well. So it kind of gives me the sense of when somebody they've gotten themselves into a situation, but they doubled down. Like she kind of had a very stubborn energy. Like, I'm gonna double. Like her soul had a good intention, but now she's gotten into this, and it's kind of a little bit the wrong direction. It's kind of like she's doubling down, and it's not quite her soul mission. So what was her soul mission? What would have been a sort of more positive way for her to express herself? No judgment. I'm not judging, but Four of Wands. So Four of Wands. So what I'm getting is that she wanted to bring in a stable energy. She almost wanted to make people feel more secure in themselves. Like that was kind of her mission, to make people feel more secure in their, their sexuality. Like she was trying to bring a balance to it and make people feel more secure in their self by being kind of open and free. And that was her intention. But it's kind of, she wanted to bring this balanced stability, but it's like this train. And yeah, make people feel balance free, make people feel like good about themselves. Like that's kind of what her original soul mission was. But she's like, but now it's like her brain, she has to double. She's quite stubborn almost, and she has to like double down on her, and just in this direction that's kind of hedonistic. Like, so I'm seeing a more positive way for it to express like this would be something like going against the institutions, being like, like you don't have to be controlled by, like, I'm hearing the Catholic Church. So like that kind of energy, like going against like institutions, but like it was supposed to be with more of a healthier energy, not this bizarre. It's sort of like her mission got a little bit hijacked, and now she's doubling down on it. But because she's kind of stubborn is what I feel. Very, very stubborn, very sure of herself. Extremely sure of herself. And I'm hearing that there's a lot of positivity to there's a lot of positivity to that kind of energy. Like people that are kind of stubborn, they kind of can confident. There's that can be a positive thing, but it can also be a negative thing if it's hijacked type thing. So interesting. So interesting. And now, let's see. And then I'm going to ask another question. Who is Bonnie Blue really? Like, who is she kind of, what is she like that when she's not in that role of, you know, the, what is she really like? Okay, let's see. Three of Wands. I'm hearing that her role and that is kind of who she is kind of connected to that. She's kind of like a extroverted, expansive person. So not just extroverted, but she likes to move forward constantly. So I'm hearing her personality kind of connects to her actions a little bit. And I'm hearing with Nine of Swords that she's not somebody who worries a lot. Like, she's very, like, very, she's almost into something about her intuition. Like, she could be very intuitive, but, and it's sort of like this person, like, I'm hearing that she, like, if she would connect fully to her intuition, she could expand more as to what her mission is. But there's something about, I'm hearing the Nine of Swords worrying. It's kind of like she's not, like, I'm hearing she's a rare person who's very confident and just doesn't worry. But the trouble is that, like, I'm hearing she doesn't really get bogged down into the emotional soup that other people do. And if anyone who experiences that, again, it kind of getting I mean, that can be a positive thing, right? To kind of worry and check yourself, but she doesn't have that. She's very bold and she moves forward. She doesn't have those kind of, and I don't want to say deep emotional things, but she's like, and then we've got Four of Cups, but she's just kind of a mover forward. She's not really in her feelings that much. And that can actually be a positive thing, right? I mean, it can be good to be in your feelings, but in this case, it's kind of, she's moving forward, and she would actually be like, she could actually be because she lacks this emotional, I don't want to say, an emotional self. She could actually move forward. But I'm hearing she actually she's kind of a blockhead. I'm hearing, and I'm hearing that could be a bad thing, but that could actually be a positive thing as well. Like being a blockhead, because so many people get stuck in like their sort of their intuition. But I'm hearing she could actually be quite if she could connect to their intuition without the emotional, like emotional thinking. She could actually really move forward. But I'm hearing all is not lost, because she may correct herself for what her mission actually is. And it's not, and I got wife, right? And I don't think like that's really her mission. But what I'm trying to say is that like okay, what I'm hearing with that with a wife is that she's had a lot of lifetimes where she's kind of been controlled in this kind of role, and it's maybe why she acts out in such a, you know, extreme sexual way, is because she had many lifetimes where she was controlled, and she was just like, that's really not for me, that's really not for me. And it's like, let's see, who else, what else is she like? This Bonnie Blue character. Let's see, what else is she like? Oh, it came on again. Three of Wands. Expanding. Almost expanding with no, like, thought. Like, she is, like, and it would have been a good thing. But it somehow, I get intuition is important. She kind of lost her intuitive. I actually get she could be quite intuitive, but not knowing that she's intuitive, but not even knowing that she's cut off that connection. But if she can have that connection, but it's kind of like she's just a moving forward person. She doesn't have time to sort of to wait, and that can be both energies can be good, right? Boldly moving forward. Okay, let's see, very, very independent. She decides, very confident. She decides what she's going to do. But let's see now. What does the universe think about her little, like, you know, having, you know, her extreme spicy behavior, shall we say? Let's see. Six of Pentacles. So I'm hearing she's definitely giving off energy into the world, but what is that energy? What is the emotional quality of that energy, right? What is the, like, what are the results of that? And I'm hearing, sadly, it's not really the results that the other side hoped for, right? They were hoping that she'd sort of shake up systems in a different way. It's like she heard the part shake people up, make people uncomfortable, but not like I say, it's kind of like a rebel without a cause. Like it's kind of like, well, I'm gonna do all this stuff. It's like, well, what is the point, right? Like there could have been more pointed. Yeah, it's 10 of Wands, and I'm hearing she's just like she's kind of moving forward, and but kind of blocked, and just like, and it's like I'm hearing that people, like, it's just shocking people, which is shocking people for the shocking sake is kind of a little bit useless, right? Because the whole point is that, like, her original soul plan was to actually make a change, and now it's just shocking people, right? And that's not quite what they have in mind, right? And it's kind of like it's like she's fallen into this negative trap of not quite being on what her soul mission was. But nonetheless, there's nothing really to judge about it. But let's see what else. Share. Like it's kind of like the energy that she's putting out is kind of like this, like when you have food that has no actual substance to it, right? It's kind of like just, and it's kind of like, it almost is ugly, right? You're sharing this energy, but it almost has an energy of narcissism to it. It's kind of like, oh, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm doing all these things with all these guys, but it's like, to what end? Where it's like she could have actually like with her energy, with her bold moving forward energy, she could have actually shaken up societal structures by actually like attacking some aspect of society that's negative, like repressing like how people are repressed by society. And I think that's what she was trying to do. I think she was trying to shake that up. But it's like, because it's like she resents those aspects of society that control people. Like she really resents that. And that's good, attacking those aspects, because there's so many aspects of her society that's about controlling people. And she was like there to shake that up. But now it's like she's a hard time, like very bullheaded, just going forward. Like it's kind of, she has a hard time letting go of her ideas about how things should go. So she's like just moving forward in this like wise and conform again. Like she wanted to, make people wise, to not conform, to be more free, right? She wanted people to be more wise, and to think, she kind of wanted people to think for themselves about their own, like, what are your own values? What are your own values about what is right? And I'm hearing that that's actually a little bit of what is coming through with her behavior, is having people, so I'm hearing it's not all lost. So it's sort of like, because it gets, anything like that, acting out in such a bizarre way can sort of, even if it's a little pointless, it can kind of shake things up in regards to getting people talking. So it kind of shakes up the energy a little bit, but not in the way that her soul mission was originally intended. So yeah, this is all we've got, and I hope you find this reading informative.